Oh, dearest mother, tragedy has befallen the colonies. We are hit with this torrential blizzard, packing on many inches of snow. Feet, I dare say. And I, mother, I don't know how we are to survive this. Wait, yes, I do. I have the dbad Menace. Holy smokes. So everything is wet and cold and nasty out here. Figure why not light a little fire? Just a little one. Just a little tiny fire. We're going to do a full fire with the dbad Menace. That means I need to not collect wood that I've already chopped. What I need to do is go get some kind of dry wood off of a tree or under a tree, something that's fallen naturally. Then I need to split it and make the kindling and get all that stuff going, find some kind of fluff and do this. So we will pretend that there is no house here. The surrounding stuff is exactly what we would find in a typical wilderness out here. So it's not like I'd be using anything that is far-fetched from if I wasn't in a yard, right? So if I was in the middle of the woods, I would be able to find every single thing that I'm going to find for this fire. So let's come over here. Let's come over here. I know that these fir trees, like pines and things like that, they always have these dead branches hanging off of them, and then you can get some nice pieces of green anywhere you want. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and let's see. I don't know if you guys are going to be in any kind of shot, but we'll try. So here we go. I have got my I got a stick in my sheath. I have got my dbad Menace, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the spine to clear off a piece of wood and maybe just break off a couple of twigs here to help get a fire started. So I could use something that might have a little bit of life in it, so I can possibly try and get some fat wood. And I'm trying to look around to see if there's anything good, anything that may have fallen naturally, because it's always best to search the forest floor first rather than cut something down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to track along and see if, and I don't want something that I'd cut previously with the chainsaw. I want something that's just naturally fallen or broken, things like that. So I need to just scour, and this is half of living in the woods and bushcraft and things like that, is looking. You're always just looking for something that might work for you. And it looks like I got that. Let's see. Need something smaller, thinner. I might just have to cut down a piece or cut a piece away from the actual trunk of a broken tree that might have a little bit of orange in there. If I can do that, then I will be good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap around all this mess over here, all this fallen branches, and I think I'm just going to create my own magic here. And I'm looking around and I see plenty of good stuff to choose from, and I think I'm going to go right here and just get a piece of that, maybe a piece of this, maybe a piece of this one here. Let's see. All right, where was I going? Right here. Oh yeah, that's got a little bit of life in there. It's got a little bit of orange in there, so we might do all right here. So now that I have that, it comes down to finding things that will light. And you see all these little hollow reeds here. As long as it's dry, it'll be good. Since I'm not building a big fire, I don't need a lot of it, but I'm going to grab some pine needles and some yellow grass maybe a little bit more yellow grass. And I think this should be pretty good to get us a little fire going. Now it's all about taking my haul and breaking it down, right? So let's work on that now. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, we don't really have a blizzard going on, but it's just enough to get me hating it. It's just enough to get me hating it. All right, let me grab maybe a couple dry leaves over here. Get underneath the leaves. And that's one thing is you want to get to the bottom of the leaves, and then you should be pretty good. All right. I got my fluff right here. I got this guy right here. So what I'm going to do now, I don't have a baton. So what I'm going to do is bang on it a little bit and then just use whatever I can find to get it going. And that's probably not going to work. So I'll go to this side. There we go. There we go. All right, that's got a little bit of something in there. So hopefully that'll help catch. And we'll be good. I just want to break away all the loose stuff first, because that's going to be the stuff that catches first. All right. Put that right there. So now I'm going to break up a bunch of this stuff. What I want to do is I want to try and get a bunch of little pieces like this stuff right here. These little ends, those are going to light up pretty nice. But what I want to do is I want to get them all frayed. All right, I want to get it as light and loose as possible and right over this pile. And that way I have, like, you can see like a big nest going. All right, because we want this to work. So we got to make it happen correctly. I'll put the leaves on the bottom, kind of like a little base. I'm losing all my stuff out of my pockets. I got my ferro rod. I got my sheath. I got this. Oh, I almost got my fingers. Let's move this over here. Let's bring this over here. All right, this is the boring part. I apologize. Break some of this up some more. And put that nice and in there. I want to get my pine needles all in that whole area. Pine needles are important part of the mixture. So I want my nest kind of tight because I want to get that spark in there and have to push the air through. So that's why we have to keep pushing it. I should probably do this over here so I can get the small pieces on there that are going to fly off first. All this little light grass stuff is going to be so good. All right, so I'm going to get a bunch of these on there. And I'm just going to shave them down. Now I could use the spine and just do this, and it kind of goes a little quicker. I just want to make sure I have a nice flat spot so I can turn it around and get a little bundle. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Just going to get a nice bundle. Nice little nest. I feel like Bob Ross over here. A happy little nest, a happy little bundle. All right, and that'll help catch this stick. Put all that there. Now I'm going to break apart the stick and leave the bundle, and hopefully that will catch. All right, I'm going to keep these ready to go, and I got some more of this ready to go. Whew! Here's hoping. All right. dbad Menace. Come on, catch, catch, catch. Oh, I got smoke. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Oh, I'm so close. It's so hard because everything's so wet. Come on. Come on. I got a flame in there. I got a flame in there. Uh-oh. Kicking everything apart. Come on, build up, baby. Come on, baby. Well, boys and girls, it looks like dbad Menace might be able to save your life. Well, look at what we have here. We have a fire, and I know it doesn't look like a fire yet, but it's growing. It's growing kind of like your kids. They kind of just grow on you. You don't like them right away. Actually, that's not true. You like them more right away. Then they kind of ungrow on you. Don't want to lose my ferro rod. Don't want to lose my blade. And I got some more of these pine needles just all around the place. Throw a couple on there. Pine needles don't stay lit, but they give a nice little, jump start. And that's good. So right here, as you can see, we have fire. From this point, what I would do is just take more sticks and keep piling on small sticks, and then go bigger and bigger and bigger. Maybe even make a little hut around it. But right here, I can feel the warmth, and I can see the flame, and that means I would live. If this was my survival situation, ta-da! So let's see, I'll even grab a couple more of these leaves that I dropped. I've got ice all over them, but that's okay, because I'm just gonna put them right on the edge. Let some of that ice dry. Let some of that burn. Now, what that's gonna do is gonna cause smoke. So if I am in a stranded type situation where I needed help, I want to burn as many leaves as possible because I want that smoke. I want people to see where I am. So remember, leaves equals smoke. Good dry wood doesn't really cause a lot of smoke. You got to have some kind of wet wood in there, or sappy wood or leaves. And as you can see, I'm getting a lot of smoke. I'm getting a good burn. I can hear the psh. That's all right, man. That's all right. So it looks like the dbad Menace has done its job. It's so cold out here that it's already ice. It's already, like, right here, the wetness has frozen on it and chunked into a piece of ice. That's all ice at the end. That is some crazy stuff right there. So I need to dry this off before I put it back in my sheath, which is somewhere. I'm kind of almost standing on it. So I gotta bring this in and clean it all up, make sure I don't lose my ferro rod, and just be happy that if this were a real life situation and I'm not sitting in a backyard, I'm not gonna die. That's good right there, y'all. Woo! I'll even take you around and show you the better part of the flame. That's on the other side of the leaves. I think I don't even know. I can't see. I can't see. Is that it right there? I got glares, but there's my fire. There is my fire. And this little guy right here would burn really nice and keep me really alive. And alive, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like in a survival situation, alive is pretty much the key. Pretty much. That's not so bad right there. That's nice and warm. That is nice and warm. I can see all my stuff around the edges. Woo-wee! Look at that. And I got a nice signal going. Now, if you don't want a signal, if you don't want people to know where you are, don't use leaves and wet stuff. But this is exactly what I needed, man. All right, well, that's it for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and play with my fire. And actually, I'm gonna put it out because I'm already tired of being out here. I hate this weather. But here we go. Next time I want to come light a fire, I've got all this char ready to go, ready to help me out. It's another good day in paradise. All right, that's the dbad Menace, and I am dbad. Until next video.